Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of Red Speaks. I'm your gracious host, J Red. Now, the reason I'm making this video is people were asking me since late last night, who do I think won the Verzuz battle that took place between Atlanta hip-hop icons, Young Jeezy, but you're better known as Jeezy, my bad, Jeezy and Gucci Mane. Jeezy and Gucci Mane had arguably the best battle of the Verzuz series, 1.8 million viewers at one time, and that's just counting the viewers that were on Instagram. You got to think about YouTube, you got to think about all the other places, Apple Music, that you could watch it. But it was impressive. Like I said, one of the best Verzuz battles ever. Just so many people watched it, and the icing on the cake is when they performed So Icy together. I'm telling y'all, man, that was one of the best moments I've ever seen in hip hop, especially. The only thing that could be bigger than that is if 50 Cent and Ja Rule squashed their beef. But other than that, this was a Verzuz battle. So I'm going to break down who do I think won the Verzuz battle, okay? So first off, in round one, we had Gucci Mane. He had the song Round One versus Jeezy's intro. Gucci won that round because that round one, I didn't even know he had that song out, but it's a Jeezy diss. Gucci came out for blood, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn, he going hard like that. And I think everybody was like, what the hell, you know? So then next we have Gucci Mane's Bench Warmers versus Jeezy's Trap or Die. If you ask me, I'm going to say Jeezy, Trap or Die. That's a classic song. Jeezy put out a lot of street anthems. Gucci put out he put out street music, street hits, and he also put out party music. But Jeezy, he has Gucci when it comes to the street anthems, man. I'm sorry. So Trap or Die wins that round. Next, round three was Gucci Mane featuring Esther Dean, I Think I Love Her. I Think I Love Her. You know, he had that and versus Jeezy Standing Ovation. I gotta go with Jeezy Standing Ovation. That's another classic song. I Think I Love Her is a dope song, but compared to Jeezy Standing Ovation, gotta go with Jeezy. Next, round four was Gucci Mane, Plain Jane versus Jeezy's Gangsta Music. I'm gonna go with Jeezy on that one. Plain Jane is cool and stuff like that, but one thing that Gucci was doing, a lot of Gucci fans knew a lot of his music, but some people didn't know all of it. Jeezy was really throughout the battle kind of toying around with Gucci, if you ask me, you know, so I think he won that one. Next was I'm a Dog versus Bottom of the Map. I'm gonna go with I'm a Dog, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Dog is a classic record. So Gucci won up Jeezy. He played Bottom of the Map. That's a classic record too, but I got to roll with Gucci on that one. Next, on round six, we have Gucci Mane. He had Vet Ride Pass versus Jeezy the Snowman. Got to go with Jeezy the Snowman on that one. He won that round, round six. Damn, I'm not even keeping count right now, but I think Jeezy is up, guys. Next, we have Gucci Mane featuring Bruno Mars and Kodak Black, Wake Up in the Sky versus Boys in the Hood, Them Boys. Man, do y'all remember when that Them Boys record dropped? I know I do. I was in high school. That beat is just fantastic, and he brought a lot of nostalgia back with that one, so there's no comparison. From Wake Up in the Sky versus Them Boys, Jeezy killed him on that one. Next, we got Gucci Mane, That's My Hood versus Jeezy, Let's Get It, Sky is the Limit. You know, I guess you could say, I don't know. I say Jeezy just because I'm really I was never really a fan of That's My Hood, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna roll with Jeezy on that one. Next is Gucci featuring Drake, Both versus Jeezy featuring Jay-Z, Go Crazy. I love the record Gucci has with Drake, Both. It was dope, but nah, you gotta go with a classic, man. That Jeezy featuring Jay-Z record, Go Crazy, man, that's one of the best hip-hop records that ever, one of the best collaborations. Like with that beat, like, come on, man. There's no comparison. Next, Gucci Bricks versus Jeezy's All There. I gotta go with Bricks. Bricks featuring Yo Gotti and Young Ralph. Gotta go with that one. Give that to Gucci. Next, OJ the Juice Man and Gucci Make the Trap Say, hey! And then we got Jeezy's Who Dat. I'll go ahead and give that to Gucci. I did like Make the Trap Say, hey, that was a nice little club banger back in the day, so I'll give that to him. Next is Young Money and Gucci Mane Steady Mobbin versus Shawty Low and Jeezy's They Know remix. Come on, man. Steady Mobbin was a dope record, but it's not touching Jeezy's verse. Jeezy's verse was so dope on that song that he you would think that it's his song instead of Shawty Lo's song. So RP to Shawty Lo, I got to give that to Jeezy. Next is Gucci's Heavy versus Jeezy Implies Lose My Mind. Lose My Mind, I'm sorry. Heavy was cool, but Lose My Mind is one of the dopest beats that I heard in hip hop. Every time it come on, it make you want to hurt somebody. I'm just saying. Next is Gucci's Street Niggas versus Jeezy's Way Too Gone with Future. I mean, I don't really know. Y'all decide who to give that to. I'm really not a fan of both of those records. I would say Jeezy just because. Next is Gucci Mane's First Day Out versus Jeezy's Air Forces. I got to roll with Jeezy. Air Forces, man. I remember going to, shout out to LaFleur. I was at LaFleur at that time. My homeboy Beasley was putting me on Jeezy. I didn't like Jeezy at first, but Air Forces has always been a classic record to me. So got to go with that one. Next is round 16, Gucci Mane's Photo Shoot versus Jeezy's Everything. I'm gonna go with Photo Shoot. I'm gonna give that to Gucci. I've always been a fan of that song, and Jeezy's Everything is a cool record, but I'm gonna go with that one. Next is round 17, Gucci's Wasted versus Jeezy's Trap Star. I'll give that to Gucci. Wasted over Trap Star. I was a fan of the Wasted song. Trap Star was a dope song, but I'm a fan of that more. Next is Gucci's Truth versus Jeezy's Get Your Mind Right. Oh my God, man. Truth, when he dropped that and performed it towards Jeezy, and then the little ordeal that happened after that when everybody's hearts were beating, like what the hell? Like Gucci said, we smoking on Pookie Loc tonight, and you send somebody after me, we're gonna send them right back to you in a box. That was the most gangster shit of the night. It was nothing, just that whole ordeal that happened after that, you got to give it to Gucci for that one. Next is Gucci Mane 745 versus Jeezy's Put On, Kanye West. Come on now, you got to give that to Jeezy. Like, Put On is just a nationwide, worldwide anthem. Next, you got Gucci's Trap House versus Jeezy's Seen It All. You got to go with Seen It All, no bullshit, right? And after that, they did the collaboration with, sorry, y'all. Let me click out of this. After that, they did the whole collaboration with the So Icy. Like, it looked like they were about to get into it. Jeezy was like, my nigga, we could do this right now and ended all this, blah, 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 blah. And then they just looked like they were about to square up, and then boom, So Icy dropped. So they performed it together. That was, oh man, like, if you call yourself of the culture, man, that was just an incredible, incredible thing to witness. I was so glad to see that. But overall, Jeezy won. Now, I know some of you Gucci fans, a lot of the ladies out there may disagree, but to me, when you're comparing the artists, both of them are great in their own lanes, right? But Gucci's playlist, well, his playlist ain't even touching Jeezy's. Like, when you're talking about records, right? Maybe it's your preference. Maybe you prefer the party anthems over the street anthems, or party records over the street anthems. I prefer the street anthems. Jeezy, when you play their music back to back, it just feels like somebody playing around making records, and then it feels like somebody's in there really putting it down. You know what I'm saying? So Jeezy's music is just, I relate to it more. I feel like it's more hard. Gucci has some street records out there, you know what I'm saying, definitely, but they just don't compare to Jeezy. They're two different type of rappers. I was more so looking forward to T.I. versus Jeezy. If you haven't seen my mix, make sure you go check it out on mixcloud.com. But I put that together, and I think that Jeezy would have won anyway, but I feel like that was more of a better comparison. Or maybe T.I. versus Gucci is more of a comparison. I don't know, but I just think Jeezy has so many certified bangers that are classics, right? Gucci don't even have a classic album, and he got classic mixtapes or whatever, but he has quantity, but doesn't have as much quality as Jeezy does. And people were just like, man, why don't you play, when Gucci was like, play something after 05. The whole trap, Thug Motivation 101, that whole album can go against Gucci's whole entire catalog. It's no comparison, man. Like, Jeezy puts out bodies of work. Gucci does not. And it's no shitting on Gucci. I'm just saying, like, they're just two different type of artists. So I think the biggest thing was for them to squash their beef. And it was just an amazing thing. Shout out to Swizz and Tim for putting that together. That's something I never in my lifetime would think would happen. These dudes have been beefing since I was a freshman in high school. I'm telling my age now. I'm 31, about to be 32 next week. But it was just no comparison, man. Like I said, I think Gucci makes different type of records, even though it's trap. Now, what I will say is Gucci is more iconic than Jeezy, especially when you're talking about the wave of music. Gucci has put way more people on than Jeezy ever has. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just say Jeezy is the winner. Jeezy is the winner. I think it was just no comparison. He slaughtered Gucci. Gucci was playing his stuff, but the most important thing is that these gentlemen saluted each other at the end, and then they turned up at the compound together. It was a beautiful thing. Y'all let me know in the comments, even if you disagree with me, whatever, let me know who do you feel won. You already know where I stand at or whatever. So check out Jeezy's Recession 2. It's out right now. And also, I have a brand new single that's dropping on my birthday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, November 29th. It'll be available on all streaming platforms. I'm so excited for all of y'all to hear it. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/WeAuthenticNetwork. Follow me at JAYR3D, at JAYR3D on Instagram, all social media platforms. Go to ResView.com, get all your ResView merchandise, your ResView t-shirts. I have those available. If you want one, hit me up. But this is J Red Speaks, signing out.